What's going on, fellas? Good morning. How's everybody doing on this Thursday morning? Apologies on the late start here. Hanging out with you guys this morning as we talk sports, talk some sports betting as well. Just when I thought I was maybe turning the corner and health was improving, this morning it just wasn't good. So, late start today. Yes, just one of those mornings, fellas. Just one of those mornings where you're just trying to play catch up. But let's go ahead and jump on in today's show. We, of course, got to go ahead and get in our recap from yesterday. And then we've got an NFL bet for tonight. I already got some weekend Premier League soccer bets I want to go ahead and put in front of you guys. And then also, we got baseball. We got a nice little afternoon slate, and we got a little evening slate of baseball as well. So it should be a nice little fun day here. Let's go ahead and do that recap first yesterday. You guys can see right there, we went 2-1, and 2-1 normally means you could turn a profit, but not when your one loss is unfortunately that 2-unit play. So tough stuff right there. We did hit Mitch White over 4.5 hits. We made the right decision. Remember, we talked about that bet yesterday. Whether we make that bet, or the one there for the Yankees F5 team total, well, we did the one that had the better return on your investment. So right decision right there. They both cash. We obviously had to wait until the fourth inning as opposed to the first inning because the Yankees just came out slugging. Mitch White was also walking people. That's kind of what the guy does from time to time, but he was able to give up over 4.5 hits allowed, so that was the cash. And obviously the Tigers. You guys have been following me all baseball season long. We've literally only lost 2 bets on the Tigers this season versus left-handed pitching. Hopefully you're making those bets alongside me. That's been this season's MLB gift. Every other bet, comes and goes. That Tigers bet has just been absolutely consistent, really since April. I went back and looked in my spreadsheet. We were making those bets in April. They started off hot versus left-handed pitching, and they just have not cooled off all season long. It's been this season's MLB gift. It's been really good to us. So I got another first inning cash yesterday. I know they only got 2 runs overall over the whole course of the entire game, but the 2 runs came in the first inning. That's all that matters to us. So good cash right there. And again, the reason we did not turn a profit going 2-1 was because of that Mets F5 team total. Won the game. The runs came late. Couldn't do much off Luzardo earlier on in that game. They got to him in the 7th inning. Was able to get a 2-run home run off of him. But obviously we need that in the first 5 innings. The 7th inning doesn't do us any damn good right there. So, all right, 2-1 on the day. Lose a little bit of money. Still up on the week. Make a little bit of arbitrage money last night. And, of course, we'll keep using those for free rolls. So there we go right there. All right, how's everybody doing this morning? Hope everybody's doing well. You like the Bengals this morning. All right, like to see that. You like the Royals and the Phillies today. I agree with you on the Phillies. I don't know if I agree with you on the Royals. We'll get to it here when we do rapid fire. I just kind of like the over more than trying to pick a winner. But, I definitely like the Phillies. We'll talk about that. I've got a bet that would suggest the Phillies will win the game. So, like it right there. Oh, yeah, that was crazy. I thought there was going to be a run scored in that game. And, after the first inning, the runs just certainly dried up. Baseball is such a funny game right there. Right? 3 runs in the first inning. You think you're going to be in for a nice over, and shit just dries up. Baseball's a funny sport, but glad you had that F5 team total, Thad. Glad you were able to cash that with us. So always feels good when you can cash your team, right? You're a Tigers fan. Feels good when your own boys can help put money in your pocket. So let's go ahead and jump right on to man, I'm not having fun today. Thought I was getting better. Let's go ahead and jump right on in first to a little Thursday night football. I'm doing Mike Gesicki under 21.5 receiving yards. This has been a funny line. Did the research last night. Every book had this at 20.5 yards, except for FanDuel. They had it at 19.5. Woke up this morning when I went ahead and placed this bet and then sent a tweet out. DraftKings, well, actually, let's get a live look, or I'll finish this statement. DraftKings, MGM, and Caesars are still at 20.5. Bet Rivers, where I got this bet, is at 21.5 now, and FanDuel is all the way down to 18.5. So you got some books staying the same, other books moved in the opposite direction. Since I've kind of said I am kind of curious. Let's see what the actual live lines are. Let's see if things are moving. What kind of direction are things moving? So you can still get Mike Gesicki. Now it's minus 117 at Bet Rivers, so you can get a touch of a better price at, minus 118, minus 117 is not a whole hell of a lot of difference, but at least you guys can get the better price if you decide to tail this bet. I'm curious what FanDuel's got, because theirs is the one that, now it's up to 20.5. Okay, so dropped to 18.5. Now they've come back up to 20.5. We won't waste our time looking up DraftKings and Caesars. I'll assume they're at 20.5. But what do we like about this bet so much today? Well, the tight end room here. Let's talk about it. We got Smythe versus Gesicki. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and put this up. This is, and I can, here, I'll actually put this link here in the chat if you guys are curious. I'm saving this. Hold on. I'm putting this in the chat for you guys. This is a website that does snap count for every team, by position. Go to this website and you can get this kind of information. So I went there, was curious what the Dolphins are doing. Obviously, I haven't watched a lot of their games, but I did watch their game last week when they went up against the Buffalo Bills. And I was like, Gesicki just wasn't on the field. Like, I was noticing that. We talked about how we made the bet in week 1 with Gesicki, and, he's our guy. So just like, where is he? So then I went and looked this information up. It's like, okay, well, he got out-snapped in week 1. Then it looks like they gave him a chance in week 2, and they didn't give him much of a chance in week 3. So that's why I'm willing to make this bet. If you look at the Bengals, yeah, they allowed the Steelers tight end to have a nice day. They also allowed the Jets tight end to have a nice day, but Dalton Schultz did not cash this. So 2 of the 3 tight ends against the Bengals have cashed this, but damn, Gesicki's not even getting the majority of the snaps from that tight end position. So you can say, okay, well, maybe when Smith's in the game, they're running the ball, and maybe they're putting Gesicki in on passing downs. That, again, is not what the stats suggest. They have 5 and 6 catches on the season. They both have 6 targets on the season. So it's not like Gesicki is the pass-catching tight end, and, when they need to dial up a pass, he goes in. They both got 6 targets. Gesicki's averaging 16 yards per game. It's cashed in 2 of his 3 games. The one it did not, he got 41 yards up against the Ravens. Look, I'm going to go ahead and lean with this. I'm going to go ahead and go with this. He's not the guy. Let's actually look at the targets for the Dolphins. What was it? Tyreek Hill had 30. Jalen Waddle had 29. And then it's a massive, massive drop-off as you get through the guys. And again, I just mentioned each one of these tight ends only has 6. They're not really using the tight ends this season. They're going to Waddle. They're going to Hill. And they like to use their run game there with Mostert. So I like everything about this. Will this trend continue? I don't know. Maybe they flip-flop and Gesicki, takes the heavy load and he gets more snaps tonight. I don't know. It's week 3. We've talked about being slow and cautious because we just don't have a lot of data to go off of. But the data I do have in front of me to go off says they like Smith more. He's getting more of the snaps. He's getting more of the opportunity. So I'm rolling with it. It's under 21.5 yards. Go ahead and get it. It's minus 117 over on BetUS, as we know. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into – we should do baseball now because those – lines move, or don't move, but those games start soon. I broke them out just afternoon slate, evening slate. No real reason to break them out, but that was the thought process. What about Ranger Suarez here of the Philadelphia Phillies to go over 17.5 outs? Let me pull up his information here. Where is it? Just be cool. Here it is. Went against the Braves in consecutive starts and went 6 innings in each of those. That's really impressive to me. Not only did he do it the first time, but he did it 5 days later, came back against those Braves and got another 6 outs. Against the Washington Nationals, he got 6.2. So this one is cashed in his last 3. What we need to do here is now compare them to the Braves. I was kind of curious, be like, all right, well, damn. You got the Braves to go ahead and cash this bet twice. Let's compare those Braves to those Cubs, right? Let's compare a recent stretch. Braves are damn near towards the top of the majors. They're hitting 315. Their OPS is 802. Come on down to the bottom is where you'll find the Cubs ranking 26. They're only hitting 200 and slugging 693, and they're striking out 35.7%. So if he did it on back-to-back starts against the Braves and a really, really impressive performance, he can easily get it done against a Cubs team that is struggling versus left-handed pitching, striking out a ton, not getting any hits. So I like everything about this. So I'm with you. Was it Good Morning Munchies or what is it? Oh, Good Night Munchie. Sorry for the wrong one. I'm with you. I like the Phillies. Yeah, you can also like the Phillies because they're smoking right-handed pitching. They're hitting 283, slugging 439 with an OPS of 782. Big gap in their offensive numbers versus left and right-handers. I'm going to focus on the Cubs' struggles. I'm going to focus on something that Ranger Suarez has done recently and against a good team in the Braves on consecutive outings, showing me that he's got a lot of stuff in his arm. So coming down to the end of the stretch here. So go ahead and give me that. And, it's over 16.5 outs. That is telling me that dropped. Wow, I sent that tweet out, I don't know, 20 minutes ago. I did the afternoon slate. Let me see what it is on Bet Rivers, see if they've still got 17.5. Wow, that changed quick. I would do 16.5. Obviously, I would do 16.5. Hell. But we want to get you a better price. Let's see what Bet Rivers has. Because they also had this. Oh, they've taken it off the board. What's going on? They were at 17.5 at minus 103. DraftKings was at even money. Let me see if Caesars has got it. Caesars had it at over 17.5. They had it at minus 109. See if we can't get you guys the same price here. Let's see. Rangers Suarez. Oh, they've dropped to 16.5. I don't know. I guess you guys are getting one less out than me. Maybe you're a touch more juice, but you're getting one less out than me. Hopefully we can both cash. And worst case scenario, hopefully you guys cash and maybe I miss out. But yeah, it looks like you guys are going to get a little bit better of the number there than me. All right, what's another bet that I got here? Oh, John Hesley, under 4.5 Ks at minus 145. Boy, I like this one. Take it on this Tigers team that's doing really good against right-handed pitching. Nice sample size, obviously, against right-handers. And they're only striking out 18.4%. That's right, 18.4%. I'm not willing, obviously, back the Tigers from a hitting perspective versus right-handers, but they are not striking out at 18.4%. So now we got to bring up our guy, John Hesley, bring up the back of his baseball card. Well, he went against these Tigers on September 3rd, went 7 innings strong. 7 innings strong, only got 2 strikeouts. Saw them again 7 days later, went 4 innings, got rocked. Of course he did, because we know hitter familiarity is a real thing. I mean, got crushed. And didn't have any strikeouts in that one. So, yeah, ain't doing anything strikeouts. Got 3 against the Twins. I like everything about this. They're only striking out 18.4%. I like everything about that. This guy's not even hitting this number. So go ahead and sign me up for Hesley under 4.5 Ks. Royals and Tigers over 3.5 at minus 135. The reason I'm doing that is because the Tigers did crush him the second time around, which was 2 weeks ago. And then if we look at what the Royals are doing right now versus left-handed pitching, boy, the Royals are doing really good, hitting .299, slugging .442 with an OPS of 775, and their own strikeout percentage is pretty low at 18.5%. So 2 teams right now that I think can get it done. Tigers have that good familiarity that we like to look for. Royals are doing good right now versus left-handed pitching. I think in the course of the first 5 innings, you'll have over 3.5 runs, and you can get that obviously at minus 135 over on Bet Rivers. And then here for this last one here for the Twins on the 2-way money line, you guys are going to put in the chat that this guy Varland's been getting rocked, and that's certainly no debate. Can't certainly debate that. I'm going to counter that argument with the White Sox. He's not faced a team like the White Sox that are struggling versus right-handers, hitting .200, slugging .312 with an OPS of 555. Flip side, the Twins are way up on the higher side. They're hitting .274, slugging .380 with an OPS of 733. They've already seen Giolito a couple times. What he does, if he's on his game, sure, he'll motor right through a fair number of teams. But the Twins know him. They know what to expect. They've had success off of him this season. They've already seen him in the month of September. They were already able to get a couple runs off of him in that outing. I'm going to go ahead and take the way better offense. And I don't think there's any pitching advantage between Giolito and Varland in this matchup. So give me the better offense all day long against a struggling offense, and I'll hope that they can be leading after 5 innings. Not tying. I'd rather not have my money back. I'd rather go ahead and get a win at plus 118 over at FanDuel. All right. What's another bet we're going to do today? We're going to do this Rangers F5 team total over 1.5 runs at even money. Boy, I like this bet right here. They're running against the left-hander today and Marco Gonzalez. They've got some good numbers right now versus left-handed pitching, hitting .273, slugging .398, OPS 741. But what do we really like about this? They've seen Marco Gonzalez back in August, 5 innings pitched, 5 runs. Back in July, 7 innings pitched, 2 runs. Earlier in July, 6 innings pitched, 5 runs. Saw him also in the month of June, 7 innings pitched, 3 runs. Saw him in the month of April, 4.2 innings pitched, 6 runs. This is now, what is that, 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be their 6th time seeing this guy, and they are one of the hotter versus left-handed pitching than when they were on those previous 5 times. So at only 2 runs versus this guy that they clearly know, they've had success off of him. This was a no-brainer play for me, and to get this one at plus money I thought was kind of ridiculous with just the Rangers' kind of recent success versus left-handers and how well they know Marco Gonzalez. So like that one right there. And then as for this other one against the Guardians, F5 team total, kind of the same thing with this play here with the Rangers. But boy, you get a Guardians team that is really good against left-handers. They do have some hitter familiarity. They saw Jeffrey Springs back on July 29th, 5 innings pitched, 3 runs. That sounds like a cash if we can go ahead and get that again. What they weren't doing on July 29th, though, is they were not hitting 314. They were not slugging 442, and their OPS was not 797. Yeah, they're in a good form right now versus left-handed pitching up against a guy that not only do they know, but they've had recent success against them earlier this season. Another no-brainer bet, and another one to give me a plus money. I did not understand that whatsoever. So love that right there. So that's how we'll roll in baseball to date. Let me jump to the comment section, and then let's roll out some Premier League bets this weekend. Good. I don't like him either. Hopefully he goes under 21.5. I mean, snap counts don't lie, guys. That's why I shared that website with you guys. It's one of the websites I use anytime I'm handicapping the NFL. I want to know who's on the field, right? Are we getting opportunities? I guess Sicky's not getting any opportunities. Rumors is McDaniel doesn't like him. Cool. Like that, Dad. Thank you for that little boost of confidence in that pick. I like it. Anyone like the Rockies today? Not with Ryan Feltner on the mound against Carlos Rodon. You can't sign me up for that anytime. Do we also like Miami today? Yeah, Miami today. They're doing much better versus left-handed pitching. I like Braxton Garrett more than Eric Lauer a good little bit. Yeah, you could sign me up for a Miami F5. I wouldn't want to touch that Miami bullpen there. Good night. But if you want to take Miami, you can probably, and I'll just go to a random book here. I bet you can get them plus a half if I had to take a guess, just because public doesn't like Miami, the name recognition there of the Brewers. Let's see. Run line. Yeah, you get the Marlins plus a half at minus 120. They've got the big-time left-handed hitting advantages. And again, I think Braxton Garrett is better than Eric Lauer. So you can sign me up for the Marlins. You can't sign me up there for the Rockies, though. All right, that's how we'll do it there. Before I give you my Premier League bets, guys, something a little mention about that. We've talked about it here. Am I going to do between the posts this week? Well, the whole goal of starting this YouTube channel was to kind of see if anybody liked my content and wanted to maybe actually pay me to, provide some content and provide some analysis. Well, I do that this season over on Pub Sports Radio. I shared a couple episodes in the off season with them on Between the Posts last season with Matt and I. They came back and was like, yeah, we enjoy your show. We enjoy your analysis of the Premier League. We'll have you do your Between the Posts show on our YouTube channel every single week. We do that every single Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. That's kind of why, Between the Posts this season has kind of been slacking, because to say the same thing twice is kind of redundant, and one guy's paying me to do it, and I don't get paid to do it on my side. I wake up willingly and do this here. So I'm just going to drop the link in this video description. If you want any analysis on these soccer picks, Matt and I was on Pub Sports Radio yesterday breaking down the entire weekend Premier League game. So you can find that link in this video description. It's not in there yet. I'll drop it in there after this show. So all right, there we go. With that being said, this is how we're rolling the Premier League this weekend. Wolves, West Ham, under 2.5 goals at minus 132 over on Bet Rivers. We always talk about free rolls and what have you. I'm putting in an exact bet on West Ham to win the game 1-0. That's how confident I am that under 2.5 is going to hit. That free roll will see West Ham 1-0 correct score in it. That confident in it. How you guys looking forward to that North London derby? That kicks off the Premier League weekend, Saturday, 6:30 in the morning. Can't wait for the North London derby. Arsenal, Tottenham. Both teams are scoring over 2.5 at minus 109 over at FanDuel. What about Leeds team total? Over 1.5 goals at plus 114 over at FanDuel. Love that one. Talked about that one, obviously, yesterday on Pub Sports Radio. The home and away form for Leeds and Villa is really it's really got a really big discrepancy right there. So look forward to seeing if Leeds can't score 2 goals or more, giving us a good plus money cash. And then the last one there is a both teams to score parlay. If you don't know what these hashtags are, this is Fulham and Newcastle, and this is Bournemouth and Brentford. So Fulham and Newcastle, Bournemouth and Brentford. Both teams to score in both of those matches. Drop them in a parlay at plus 207 over FanDuel. And also, when you get much like Between the Posts, Matt's still over there with me, so you can get his opinion on those games. And, he also gave out bets. Maybe you'll like any of his bets. So, will we do Between the Posts this week? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to stand by the guys that are willing to pay me to do it and just spend my time doing other things. So, there we go. Actually... so that link's not in this video description. As soon as we end this show, within 10 minutes, that link will be in this video description. So you can go over there and check that. Thank you guys. Appreciate the nice comments there, Thad, and good night. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, that was I just cold called them. I just called them. They got different content. You're not gonna. I mean, you can go over there and they got weird content. They're a little too vulgar for me and a little too much for me on that channel. But I don't care. Somebody wanted to pay me to talk soccer on their channel. I'll do that shit all day long. But yeah, you guys got any more questions? Is this what we're gonna roll today with? Let me go ahead. I'm going to get the link while we're sitting there waiting for comments to come in. Otherwise, I don't want to say I'll forget, but man, I just don't feel all that great. Let me jump on here right now and get it. I'm going to get it right now. Oh, it's actually on Pub Culture. Yeah, this week it's actually on Pub. So I just said I was on Pub Sports Radio. That is not a lie. But this week's episode was on Pub Culture because they're banned on YouTube. I'm telling you, their Pub Culture, they do a lot of vulgar... They do a lot of shit that's not borderline inappropriate. It is inappropriate, and that's why they've gotten banned on their site. I'm on their site. I'm looking for yesterday's episode. Why do they have to make this so complicated to find the video? Come on. EPL on Pub. There is yesterday's episode. Perfect. And this was match week 9, right? Streamed 18 hours ago. Perfect. I'll drop it here in the chat, and then I'll also drop it. Chelsea under 2.5. Yep. I'm going to upload this week's video for the NBC Sports Predictor app. I've got 1-1 prediction for that game. I'm just curious how Crystal Palace, so everybody knows Queen Elizabeth died. So you had the one round of games that were canceled. And then the next round of games, there were 3 fixtures that were canceled. Crystal Palace was one of those 3. They have not played a game since September 2nd, where obviously Chelsea's been involved in Champions League a couple matches. If Palace is rusty, it's not going to go well for them. But if Palace can just not have any rust, I like Palace a lot to get a result. That's why I got 1-1 score prediction on the NBC Sports Predictor app. So anyways, there's that link right there. I'm going to go ahead and drop it here in this video. Premier League, we'll call it Premier League match week 9 preview. Perfect. All right. Now it is also in this video description for anybody who's watching this replay and wants to go ahead and get our soccer analysis. But yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yeah, I just hit him up out of the blue and, trying to do the thing here, fellas. Trying to do the things here. All right, guys. Mike Gesicki under 21.5 yards. Fire it up, boys. Fire it up. You guys fired up? Thursday. Hell, Thad's got his weekend start. My man, he's one day ahead of us. My man's already on to his weekend. I'm jealous. Absolutely jealous. Hopefully you guys have a nice day. You got baseball all day. Who's on the under tonight? You guys on the under, the over? You guys taking Dolphins in the points? You guys going with the trend that Thursday night home teams cover? What do you guys think? That's a tricky line, right? Dolphins knock off the Bills. Dolphins are 3-0. And yet they're the team catching points. You would think it'd kind of be the other way around, but boy, Thursday night home teams, they cover. They cover. I'd like to go dig up that stat. I found it a couple weeks ago, but I lean Dolphins because they got some really stinking good corners. Really stinking good corners. And then Dolphins in the points. Maybe Bengals pull it out 2 to 3 points, maybe 2-3 point win for the Bengals. But I do like maybe the Dolphins in the points. Although you're going up against a trend that Thursday night home teams cover. As far as an over, I think I saw the line this morning was at 48.5. Probably go under. There, I'm on. There you go. You guys throw in Bengals and over, so I'm disagreeing with both of you guys. Sorry, man. Sorry, but that's how I lean. That's why I didn't bet it, right? I think it's a tough line. Dolphins are undefeated, knocked off the Bills. That being said, I mean, if Josh Allen, makes that throw to Isaiah McKenzie, I mean, the Bills win that game. So, but I mean, give the Dolphins credit. They won the game. God, did you guys see what happened when Teddy Bridgewater came into the game? Boy, there's a huge drop-off from backup quarterbacks, from starters in the NFL. Teddy Bridgewater was god-awful for that series he played. It was I almost live bet, like, everything for the Bills, but thankfully I didn't because then obviously, Tua was able to come back. But, yeah. Yeah, we're going to have a killer night, Brian. Killer night. Bengals, yeah. I think Bengals probably win it by a field goal, if I had to guess. Bengals win it by a field goal. This Dolphins team does seem tough. People want to talk about the Heat in Miami and the recovery. I don't get that stuff, man. People, these are professional athletes. They sleep in these like, air tent thingies, and man, their recovery is like on a whole nother level. They're not like you and me. We get an injury, we're out for 3 weeks. These guys just these guys play with broken arms, right? They put the club on their hand. They're playing with a broken hand. These guys are tough. I don't worry about them having to come back and deal with coming off the heat of Miami. Get out of here with that stuff. All right, you said this yesterday. Who's the White Rifle? You said that yesterday. You asked me if I'm back in the White Rifle. I know who the Red Rifle is, Andy Dalton. Who's the White Rifle? Who the Commanders play this week? Commanders play Cowboys? Don't they play the Cowboys? So the White Rifle is Cooper Rush? Is that who the White Rifle is? Cooper Rush? Commanders are playing the Cowboys, right? I think they're playing the Cowboys. Yeah. Waddle, first TD. Yeah, I'm going to do, check me out on Twitter, guys. Obviously, you guys know from that recap, we've got $34 or so in arbitrage money. I'm putting out a same-game parlay free roll tonight for tonight's game. So maybe I'll take you up on your suggestion, Brian, and do a Waddle. Probably do anytime touchdown for the same-game parlay. Probably won't risk the first touchdown, but all right, I'll probably do Waddle in the first TD. What about Eli Apple going up against Tyreek Hill? Is anybody into that narrative that's going around that those guys just want to go at it? They've been talking all kinds of shit the last weeks or whatever it's been. Anybody just backing Tyreek Hill to have a monster night? Anybody all on that narrative that Tua is just going to feed Tyreek Hill and shut up Eli Apple? Cooper, the White Racial Rough. Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. Let's go. Pumped up for the soccer. Haven't had soccer in a couple weeks. Absolutely cannot wait. Cooper Rush is the White Rifle. Never heard that. Okay, cool. NASCAR show. Bad news on the NASCAR show, Brian. Well, I guess half bad news. There will be a show. It'll only be me. William is dealing with Hurricane Ian, and he's been saying he's doing all this hurricane preparation and just whatever his family is dealing with this hurricane. So he can't make it. I'm going to do it because it's not going to be him. I'm a little flexible. Maybe I do it today. Maybe I do it tomorrow. But there will be a show. Unfortunately, we don't have William because of the hurricane. He's tied up with that situation. So, we got the best adult dating site. Welcome. Let me ban your ass real quick. See you later. Get out of here with that stuff. Crazy people. Do you guys read the comments on my videos? There is that OnlyFans site. Man, I guess they type in like sports and they comment every day with some OnlyFans links. Get out of here with that stuff. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and drop. I need a little bit of breakfast. I need to go ahead and get some tea up in me, start the recovery process. I'm feeling good, guys. I actually can't wait. But we should hang out this afternoon on YouTube and watch some baseball together and kind of hang out. I don't really have anything kind of going on. That'd be kind of cool. I'd be down for that. Yeah, I hate that for William too, Brian. The hurricanes aren't fun. I've lived in the Southeast enough, and where they turn up the coast. You're obviously far enough in Virginia. You don't really have to deal with it. You're west enough. But where I lived in Richmond, sometimes when it comes up the coast, we'd have to worry about it in Richmond. So, all right, fellas, enjoy your Thursday. Look forward to getting back in with you tomorrow. I'm going to roll out more soccer bets in La Liga, in Bundesliga. I got some good matchups, I think, in those leagues this weekend. We've also got the NASCAR bets we got this weekend, and then whatever the Friday baseball slate. And then, of course, the NFL action, favorite money dog of the weekend, favorite teasers of the weekend, over, under, against the spread, and, of course, our favorite money line parlay, and, of course, player props as well. All right, guys, go enjoy your Thursday. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me here today. We'll see you guys tomorrow.